You think of sports cars, you probably think of Italy, Germany, or the United States. But did you know that Brazil once built a car so cool, so stylish, and so unique that it became a national icon? This is the story of Brazil's greatest automotive creation, the beautiful, lightweight, and unforgettable Puma GT. Let's dive in. A Star is Born, 1960s Brazil. Back in the 1960s, Brazil was going through big changes. The country wanted to grow its own car industry and become less dependent on imports. At the same time, a small Brazilian company had a big dream to build a true Brazilian sports car. That company was called Puma, and it started with racing. From the track to the street, Puma was originally a racing team, run by a man named Rino Malzoni. He was a skilled designer and wanted to build a lightweight, fast race car using Brazilian parts. So he took a simple chassis from a DKW sedan and designed a sleek fiberglass body to go on top. The result? The first Puma GT launched in 1966. It was small, light, and had front-wheel drive with a two-stroke engine. Not super powerful, but it looked like a mini Ferrari and Brazilians loved it. But soon Puma made a big change that would define its legacy. The switch to VW power. In 1967, Volkswagen bought DKW's operation in Brazil, so Puma lost its engine supply. But instead of giving up, they adapted. Puma redesigned the GT to use Volkswagen Beetle parts, including the air-cooled flat-four engine and rear-wheel drive layout. This version was called the Puma GT VW, and it was a game-changer. The car was now mid-engined, lightweight, and powered by a tried-and-true VW setup. It handled well, was easy to fix, and looked amazing. By 1970, the Puma GT was one of the most desired sports cars in Brazil. A Brazilian dream. The Puma GT wasn't just a car, it became a symbol of Brazilian pride and creativity. It wasn't built by a big global company. It was built by locals, for locals, using local parts. And it looked like $1,000,000. From students to celebrities, everyone wanted one. Even though it wasn't super fast, it had around 60 to 90 horsepower depending on the version. The Puma GT was fun, stylish, and unique. And best of all, it was affordable compared to imported sports cars. Exporting the dream. In the 1970s, Puma started exporting the GT to other countries, especially to Europe and the US. Some models were sold as kits, while others were fully built. Car lovers in other countries were surprised to see such a cool sports car coming out of Brazil. It wasn't long before the Puma GT built a small but passionate fan base around the world. Later years and new models. As the years went on, Puma kept improving the GT. They released the GTE Coupe and GTS Convertible, both based on the VW platform. The designs became smoother and more modern, but always kept that classic sports car vibe. Eventually, Puma even tried to build their own front-engine cars and sedans, but none were as successful as the original GT. By the 1980s, Brazil's economy was struggling, and Puma couldn't keep up with bigger companies. Sadly, the company shut down in the early 1990s. A lasting legacy. Even though it's no longer in production, the Puma GT lives on in the hearts of car lovers, especially in Brazil. Classic Puma models are now collector's items. And restoration groups across Brazil and around the world work hard to keep these rare cars alive. Why? Because the Puma GT wasn't just a sports car, it was a statement. A car that proved Brazil could build something beautiful, exciting, and 100% original. In a world full of giant car companies, the Puma GT stands out as a reminder that sometimes the coolest cars come from the most unexpected places. It may not have had a V8 or turbo, but it had style, soul, and the spirit of Brazil, and that's what made it great. The Puma GT, Brazil's automotive icon. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss more awesome car stories from around the world. Got a rare classic in mind? Drop it in the comments, we might cover it next. Until then, keep driving with passion and remember, greatness comes in all sizes,